Welcome to A Great Depression, a podcast for every mall rat, Jansport, backpack, emo kid, struggling with the boredoms of everyday adult life. Zach. This. Oh, you totally botched that
Okay,
fucking. Hit my music. We are broadcasting today from the Union Fitness Studios, located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can drink
Beers,
and transform yourself inside and out.
like a sock.
Kinda.
It's the only thing I could think of that you can really go inside and out pretty easily.
I can smell that beer from over here. Holy crap. It's really potent.
That's New England, baby.
At Union Fitness, they can transform yourself inside and out through a variety of classes like yoga, strength, performance, fitness training.
Mm-hmm.
At Union Fitness, they believe is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community is. Go to unionfitness.com today. Sign up for a consultation through Union. There is
Strength.
Perfect.
What's that? What's that over there?
What?
Atop the ridge.
What are you fucking talking about?
Over there, atop that ridge. It looks.
We are not on a mountain range. We are in a box studio. I don't understand what ridge you're referring to.
It has these glowing red eyes. It looks almost like a man.
You're losing your fucking mind.
That's
just
wings.
A blank wall.
Are you sure?
I'm okay. There's a flag, and then there's a red flag. Are you talking about the USC Fight On flag?
I'm talking about the motherfucking Mothman.
Oh!
I was really concerned you didn't know that was a bit.
I did not know it was a bit until you said glowing red eyes.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, I did not know.
It's got eyes the size of saucers.
It has something.
Yes.
Yeah, Mothman is today's spooky tale. Well, it's not even spooky, but I do have some things to bring up with you before we dive into the Mothman.
Yeah, sorry I jumped the gun there.
No, first off, why you want to fight everybody? Look at you clear your voice to get into character. You pigeon.
It's not a character.
Oh, okay.
It's real fucking life.
Oh, okay.
Should I explain the whole story for the viewers?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, Derek, one of our fearless leaders here at Thoughts from the Bench. The fearless leader. Posted an Instagram story the other day with like a little poll, like gauge, slidey slide.
Yeah.
Of if there was like a battle royale melee at Thoughts from the Bench.
Correct.
1v1.
Yeah.
V1v1.
Right.
Who are you choosing as your fighter? Myself. Vo.
Yeah. Of the Rankings Court.
Of the Rankings Court. Benny of the Vault.
Yep.
And yourself.
Yes.
And I get it. I'm the new guy. You know.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking, deal with shit like this.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't I was a joke answer. Like, you gonna pick Zach? So I was like, guess what, cocksuckers? Now you got the smoke. Call me Marlboro Red 100s. Because I'm bringing the fucking smokes.
Right.
So, I started training.
Yes.
Started training to tan some ass.
Yeah, it's going well.
I mean, I wore the long sleeve just to hide my godly physique.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm wearing a fat suit too, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
But yeah.
You should have gotten the suit Tom Cruise is wearing in fucking Tropic Thunder. That would have been a better move.
I have that suit. I'll show you pictures from 2 years ago.
Okay, there you go. You just forearms are the size of 2x4s.
It looked like I had 4 arms. But yeah, so, I decided I just had to beat everybody's ass that works here.
Right.
And originally, I was like, I'll start with you.
Yeah, why me? the guy who you sit dicks touching with every week, and we talk about how sad we are and how much we like each other and like all the feels, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Josh. Like, what a fucking terrible person to pick to fight.
No, I mean, honestly, logistics, I've never seen the other two people in real life, I don't think.
Okay.
Like, I know where you are.
Okay.
I know where to find you.
All right, so
I've been to your house. I've been to your house.
Okay.
I could show up at any time.
I didn't know this was the 24/7 championship or the hardcore TV title that I have to defend at any given time.
It's like those videos where that guy is like, my name's Tyrone. I'm going to fuck your bitch.
Oh, okay.
Like, I could just show up at your house anytime with the guy.
And fuck my bitch. In joggers. Casino floor.
I mean, that's a different video.
It's a different video.
Like, yeah, that would be on the hub.
Yeah, so like one, I've never won a fight in my entire life.
I've never been in a fight in my entire life.
Okay, well then your decisions are even fucking dumber than we originally
They're
thought.
not though.
Two, I have zero anything to fight as an adult, let alone fight somebody I consider a friend.
Well, see, that's the best. That's why we have to fight each other, because I don't know them. Like, what if one of them turns pussy and calls the cops? No, I'm catching a case.
Well, so here's the deal. So Vo, I guess, is kind of playing along online, but you've.
Oh no, there's no playing along.
Oh, okay. Nice wink at the camera there.
It's as real as it gets in these streets.
Okay.
I'm from the North Shore of Pittsburgh, baby.
I thought you were from Moon.
I am, but this is where I set up shop.
Okay.
My pass has been validated by the streets of the North Shore.
Nice.
And
who did that for you? One of the dudes on East Ohio Street with their pants down?
No, I mean, we stay in this like little gentrified sector.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't,
Exactly. No, but you have awoken a interest from one competitor.
Who?
Benny Buckets.
Man. Fuck Benny Buckets.
All right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do this?
100%.
All right. For the official record,
mm-hmm.
I am Team Benny Buckets.
That's fine. I got a hell of a team.
I've seen your team, and I'm just...
It's the Pimp Legion of Doom, baby.
The Pimp Legion of Doom is an interesting collection of Steph and Austin and you. Has anybody else joined?
I don't want anybody else.
Okay.
Because right now I'm Magneto. This is the X-Men 2000 movie.
Yes.
I'm Magneto.
You know you're gonna have to actually fight though.
That's fine. Austin's my Sabretooth.
There was a pause.
And
it was a notable pause.
And Steph is Mystique. Steph,
Steph painted all blue might not be such a bad look. We might be into it. So I also have something else to tell you about your proposed fight.
Okay, go ahead.
Benny Buckets wants to fight you in a Ponderosa parking lot.
He wants to come to my house and challenge me? Oh, he wants the steak and shrimp combo?
Get him the old surf and turf.
Yeah, you want to come to my house and look for the surf and turf?
Okay. All right. So
I have something for you that you don't know about.
What's that?
And
you did jujitsu like 3 times?
I did jujitsu once. Once. Shout out True Believer though. They were I was wildly out of shape and they were very kind to me.
I bet True Believer might be into this.
I fucking hope
Jake,
so.
I'm gonna hit you up because that might even make for better content.
Jake, I'm in all kinds of debt, buddy. The only reason I didn't come back is a man's got bills.
Yeah.
A man's got bills. But you're going to like this, I think. And I was going to keep it as a surprise.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you.
All right.
Do you know what I had made?
You had a title belt made?
Uh-huh.
But you don't have money to go to jiu-jitsu?
The title belt was hilariously cheap.
Okay.
Because of, the one thing about my life is, and I pride myself, there's not many things that I've wanted to do that I haven't done. And in the course of doing so, I've met some
wild people.
Yeah. And so I know a guy that makes wrestling belts.
That's awesome.
So I got a black belt coming. The one side logo is the fucking microphone logo.
Awesome.
The other one's the Thoughts from the Bench logo.
Awesome.
And the center one is this big round plate that has
an eagle.
it has the Thoughts from the Bench logo at the top, and the bottom it just says Baddest of the Bench.
You really got this made.
Yeah.
That is probably the best contribution that's happened to Thoughts from the Bench since we got the studio.
Yeah. As soon as I texted Derek about this on Friday to make sure this was like a bit, and I mean, I'll fight Benny, fuck him. But I was like, the next text I sent was,
I'm getting
I need a belt. I need a belt.
Oh my God. How much was the belt?
Because I know him, $50.
Oh my God.
He just charged me for the materials.
This, I was adamantly against this because I think adults fighting for no reason is stupid.
It's going to be fucking.
But now that there's a belt involved.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So much more on board.
And the best part is if I never fight anybody,
you got this belt.
I
that
can
says
say,
baddest of the bench.
I can say, I got the belt, bitch.
You got it. You gotta come take it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right, well.
And if he ever shows up anywhere, I'll just dip in an Uber and run away. And
he'll show up.
I don't really want to fight this dude. He's going to beat my ass.
He's going to whip your ass.
When
He's an American veteran, damn it.
Yeah, but he was in the Air Force. I'm fine. Never mind.
Wow.
That was a joke. That was
sure
a
he
joke.
was in the Army.
I thought he was in the Air Force.
I'm pretty sure he was in the Army.
That's okay.
So, all right, cool. So, Zach's going to fight Benny Buckets in a Ponderosa parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he was in the Army. Steph's a socialist, so I'm sure she fucking hates the Army for some reason. So I'll tag her in.
This is gonna be content, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. What else is content? Mothman. That's how I'm transitioning, just right out of it.
Under the umbrella family of content.
Exactly. Still trying to collect my thoughts.
No, I mean, it works because Benny's a lot like the Mothman. You know, you hear a lot of chirping about it, but have you ever really seen it? Has anyone ever really seen it?
I've seen it play cornhole.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Benny or the actual Mothman?
No, Benny.
Oh, is it any good?
Not as good as I am.
You suck, Benny.
But then we almost did as a pair win the championship. So.
Oh, okay. Shout out then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to kill your.
Again,
your
I
partner.
am Team Benny Buckets here. Full in Team Benny Buckets.
I mean, it would be weird if you weren't, since you were the first person I said I was gonna fight.
Well, yeah.
If you were on my team, you'd be like the little hunchback fuck from 300, like.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, and I'll never give you the pleasure or that's not the word I want.
You'll give me pleasure,
satisfaction.
Boy. You'll give me pleasure and satisfaction if I
will
want it
never
from
do
you,
it.
boy. Yeah, you will.
I don't fight members of my own team.
Oh wow, Mr. High and Mighty.
Although I am thinking we need to make like a legacy thoughts from the bench team.
Yeah,
and it's like the OGs of OGs, like me, Greg Malik, Benny Buckets, Deke.
He's an OG.
Benny Buckets is like.
Where have you been hiding him?
Maybe
Why have
like
I never?
Number 4.
I've never fucking heard of this clown.
Benny, where were you? You were 4 or 5, yeah, on.
Really?
I can't remember which one.
He was probably like in a foxhole defending our fucking country, and you're like, "Where were you, dude?"
Yeah. He was either 4 or 5. I can't remember whether it was Austin or Benny that came next, but it's me, Greg, and Derek, and then I think Benny was like 4th.
Really?
Yeah. I'd have to go back and look at the blog and see who came on next, but I'm almost positive.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad that we like announced it's a bit, but like also like
it's a bit, but if somebody's still getting punched in the face, like it's only so much of a bit.
So I really gotta fight this dude.
Yeah. And we'll pick.
Can we really fight him at Ponderosa? Like, can we make this happen?
Benny did me, and he was like talking about the Ponderosa clips from last week.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's like, for the record, Ponderosa fucks. And I was like, for the record, I'm Team Betty Buckets. And he's like, I will fight Zach in a Ponderosa parking lot.
I feel like we could do this in Butler County, and the cops like wouldn't even
The
come.
cops would show up for fun.
Like, I could just show them the wrestling belt, and it would be like flashing my badge.
I might know a couple of really important people in Butler to get this sanctioned.
Could we do like? So I'm not a big.
We could do an amateur boxing event for sure.
Could we like? Because I don't really watch boxing, but I'm under the impression that it doesn't wrestling. It doesn't obviously take place inside the ring itself. Like it sprawls out into.
Right.
So could we like start it at Ponderosa and end it in the Hot Topic you used to manage?
Oh my god, that would be electric. You're just hitting him with mannequins and shit.
Yeah.
It's the boiler room brawl.
I'm shoving up Funko in his mouth trying to choke him.
All right. So Mothman. The Mothman is probably the first cryptid we learned about as kids. Because it's a West Virginia thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that or Bigfoot.
Yeah. I feel like Bigfoot's like
universal.
The granddaddy.
Yeah.
Maybe the Yeti, because they're pretty similar.
They are. I guess it depends on what climate you grew up in.
Yeah.
Because Yeti would be like, oh, I'm in the fucking mountains and shit.
Well, it's kind of like Asia too, right?
Yeah, India, Asia. Yeah. So I guess North America is Bigfoot. Or the skunk ape. So maybe the first local one.
Yeah.
You realize like, oh, there's a cryptid in my backyard all the way down in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Have you ever been?
Never been. I did go to every time I go to say it, my brain shuts down. Flatwoods. I went to the Flatwoods Museum because Flatwoods Monster is like it's the cryptid for guys who think that they're really smart about cryptids.
Yeah.
That's like
you're
what
too
it
cool
is.
for
Yeah, I'm too good
man.
for the math man. Actually, he's on our fridge. Have you seen him, the Flatwoods Monster? Do you see it over there? Yeah. That sticker's on our fridge. And there will be
Has that been here the entire fucking time I've been coming in here? I've never noticed that before.
Just about.
Wow.
Cthulhu's on there too. We're going to talk about him on Thoughts from the Movies this week.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, when I tell people I'm a fucking weirdo, I've been a fucking weirdo for a long time.
We're going to have to do like an Easter egg episode for the fucking office.
The Easter egg episode actually be really cool. You can actually see over Zach's corner the from Creekside, the Coors Light sign. Shout out Creekside. We're having some cool chats with them about some sweet stuff. But yeah, man, there's like there's so many. There's like the Hippie at Heart Easter egg over top of Chris Letang. The Yinzer Mob thing that nobody can actually fucking see.
It's there though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of cool shit. There's a Barstool logo somewhere in here.
Shout out.
Yeah. So yeah, a bunch of cool shit. So anyway, yeah, the Mothman's like the first one you learn about that's like just in your backyard.
Correct.
And on November 15th, 1966 was the first sighting of the Mothman. Two couples were drag racing by the old TNT area in Point Pleasant, which served as one of the testing grounds for the nuclear bomb.
Yes.
And they were drag racing and they saw this thing flying above the sky and they're like, what the fuck is that? We got to get the hell out of here. They go tearing off down this drag out into the main road, and the main road is also like a long straightaway, and it was waiting for them on the road. So as they go flying by, it takes off into the air and it's keeping up with them. It speeds at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In his 54 Chevy. And you know, it's like this whole big thing that like sets the entire town into mass hysteria. Coming with it are a bunch of sightings of men in black. No, not Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. These are
kind of though.
It's exactly what they are, but they're not funny and witty.
Correct.
Men in black are either believed to be aliens or FBI agents who have no personality.
Yeah.
And they always show up and try to discredit the sightings of paranormal activity. So you saw that, and then there were large flashing lights all throughout the town that like apparently would like communicate via SOS if you flash lights back at them, and like not SOS,
Morse code.
thank you, Morse code. And then on December 15th of that year, the bridge headed into Point Pleasant collapsed mysteriously. After days before, they saw the Mothman on the bridge, maybe as an omen. The Mothman was visiting people, trying to keep them from doing things. Maybe it was a harbinger of death or an omen to warn people. Unknown. So that's like the first time you see it. Then it pops up again in 1985 in Mexico City, right before an earthquake that collapses a large part of the city. And then again in 1986, right before the Chernobyl incident. And again in 2017 at Chicago O'Hare Airport.
There's sightings on like 9/11 too.
So the sightings on 9/11 are not as widely reported.
To be fair, there were other things going on.
Right. But like Chernobyl, Mexico City, Chicago O'Hare, all of those were like got news attention. Like people are seeing this giant man-like bird thing.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind of like the difference, I think, is like the New York almost feels like for 9/11 it was like added in, you know what I mean, to keep with the Mothman bit almost.
The government sprinkled that one in there for
sprinkled in there.
Building 7. They're like,
Right.
oh, there was a Mothman, so like, fuck do we know?
But there's like a whole bunch of folklore behind what it could be. The original sightings have a series of books, the Mothman Prophecies, which were then turned into a movie featuring Richard Gere and Bill Pullman. No, not Bill Pullman.
No.
Who's the other coach in Remember the Titans? The white coach.
That guy.
That guy. I love that guy though.
Nobody knows his name.
No, but you know who I'm talking about.
And the chick from Will and Grace.
And the chick from Will and Grace?
Yeah, she's like his love interest.
Grace?
Yeah.
Okay, not Megan Mullally.
Jesus Christ, no.
Okay, I love Megan Mullally.
She's all right, but like,
no,
I don't think she's like a leading lady.
I understand exactly what Nick Offerman saw in her, 100%. Yeah. So yeah, man, Mothman. That's kind of like the basis of Mothman,
right?
Where do you stand? Do you think it's real? Do you think that it's a hoax? Like, what's your whole vibe on the Mothman?
Okay. So I've been to Point Pleasant a couple times.
Okay.
You ever been to Coriopolis?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's Coriopolis with rednecks.
Nice. So Coriopolis now doesn't have rednecks? Just crackheads.
Yeah, if Coriopolis was exclusively rednecks. And probably crackheads.
Okay.
But I mean, it's just like a town on a river with simple people.
Yep.
That maybe found an ingenious way to market the shit out of their town.
Hard to say. Because the town very famously was a riverboat town. That's kind of why it was founded. And then became a nuclear town during World War II as like helping create the nuclear bomb. And that's pretty much where everybody in the town worked. You were bussed in and out of the TNT area with on buses that had blacked out windows, so you couldn't see what was going on.
Right.
You were taken right up to your facility. You did your job, and then you left for the day.
So when we're saying the TNT area, what we're talking about is probably equidistant from downtown to Millvale.
Yeah, it's big.
And it's a big area with these giant white dome igloo-esque buildings, but like very large.
If you've ever been out 28 RIDC Park.
Yeah. Was that the old the old Westinghouse plant like in Monroeville or whatever?
Yeah.
But Yeah, they were doing all kinds of hinky shit out there.
They were, and it is confirmed that there was nuclear waste there and actually spilled out into the swamp and river around the surrounding area.
And you can fucking tell if you've met the people in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Sure,
That.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like it's still on the whatever that national cleanup, organization. It's like still high priority for them.
You gotta save the pandas in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Or maybe you need to save the sandhill cranes.
Ooh.
Which is the native,
this is a segue.
Now it's a native bird from the area that they actually believe is the reason, or is the actual what people think when they see the Mothman.
Right.
And maybe it was mutated from nuclear waste. Which again, it like the government says like there's a lot of fucking nuclear we need to clean up here. So like, yes, some animals could be mutated from the nuclear fallout from that area. And some of them could be a species of giant crane that are human sized.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty, historically the government not real big on admitting their mistakes.
Right.
So for the government to be like, there's a lot of nuclear waste in your town. Maybe there is a Mothman-esque creature like living in your woods, and they're just like, no, just don't go out there. There's a lot of nuclear. We spilled.
Right.
We spilled a bit.
We made a spill.
Yeah.
I made a big mess in Mommy's car.
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, you saw that one on the hub. So what's also kind of coincidence, kind of like helps feed into it, is that right next to the nuclear waste plant is a giant nature reserve. So it's not unlikely that these Sugar Hill cranes got into some shit, right? Flapped off to the nature reserve, and then grew immensely in size, and then to come hunt, they come out at night and yada yada yada.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe me just being the conspiracy guy that I am, but like, I'm pretty sure the government didn't give a fuck about nature in the 40s either. So like, they might have been doing some shit out there anyway, and they're just like, don't go there. It's a nature reserve. There's fucking large birds.
Yeah,
that could eat your baby. Like, stay out.
Yeah. So like that's one of the major theories about what it could be. Another one of the theories is that it's like a large barn owl with like red glowing eyes, because when lights hit the eyes of an owl, they reflect back red.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are like kind of like some of the facts. Okay. That's the very like core of it, right? These are the facts. This is what it is. Now the fun parts.
Let's go.
Okay. So the guy whose name I didn't write down, I can't fucking remember, who wrote the Mothman prophecies.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy was a New York journalist who got called to the city to report and like found out about the Mothman, yada, 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 spent his life dedicated to trying to figure out whether the Mothman was real or not. Here's some really interesting things he noticed.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
After interviewing females who had seen the Mothman, he realized that they were all on their menstrual cycle.
Ooh.
That's the creepiest shit I've ever fucking heard. I'm so sorry.
What's creepier is how he found out they were all in their cycle.
He's like, you saw the Mothman, huh? Maybe we could go back to my place and open up a bottle of cheap gin and see what happens.
I'm from the city, baby. I'll take you out of this dump.
Yeah, I'll take you out of this dump. Oh, you're on your period, huh? Back to the wasteland with you.
You crazy bitch.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, not great.
The other thing, so during the time of the sightings in Point Pleasant in 1966, there were a bunch of animals that turned up that were like mutated. Like they had been ripped apart to shreds, like wild stuff, right?
Mutilated or mutated?
Mutilated, okay. I'm sorry, mutilated. Cows and deer and all sorts of stuff. And they all had one thing in common. You want to guess what it was?
They found a fleshlight next to all of them?
Their anuses were all missing.
Ooh.
You were oddly close.
Daddy was close.
And his his thought for that. Are you ready
So
for this?
wait, he discovered this, or
He discovered it,
he discovered the mutilated animals, or he discovered these stories?
that the anus was missing.
Okay,
Okay. You want to know his reasoning for it?
I sure do.
It's actually scientifically proven that nuclear waste collects in the anus. So the Mothman was checking to see what animals had been affected and was killing them so that they wouldn't mutate. And he was taking their anus so no other animal could come and eat it and then become mutated.
This reminds me of that line. What is it like? I could get a good look at a steak by shoving my head up a cow's ass, but I'd rather take a butcher's word for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
imagine being the Mothman and you don't have like the telekinetic powers to communicate with animals,
Right.
but you have the foresight to know that they might be nuclear, so you have to check their asshole.
Right.
Tough break on the magic powers.
Yeah. So like yeah, so that's like one of the things that like
This dude just sounds like a perv.
you want to believe it, right? Because you're like, yes, fucking cryptids, giant flying moth bird thing, which apparently he got it. The Mothman gets his name from a bad guy on the Batman series in the 60s.
Okay.
I don't remember the Mothman from the Batman series, but apparently,
I must have missed that one myself.
right. Because like by all accounts, it's described as a man-sized bird,
Okay.
not a moth
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So like the name alone is already pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's a dumb name.
It's a really like it's a cool name. Like Mothman is like ooh. But like when you realize that everybody describes it as a bird.
But even like the context of like Mothman versus Batman, like don't bats eat moths?
Yeah, but you got to remember that was like the 40s. They were just naming everything insert animal man
Yeah.
or like insert adjective man, Superman, Batman, Aquaman.
Red man, yellow man.
The red man definitely believes in Mothman.
Well, that was my other question. Like, have we tapped any Native Americans to see if they know what the fuck's going on here?
So, one of the believed theories is that Chief Cornstalk.
Just stop it.
No, I'm not kidding. So, Chief Cornstalk cursed the lands of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, on his deathbed after settlers had taken his land and killed all of his tribe.
Understandable.
So that's some people believe that the Mothman was resurrected from hell to curse the town of Point Pleasant for however long.
I mean, they're not thriving,
Right.
So there might be some truth to that.
Right. The other really interesting idea behind the Mothman of 1966, not necessarily Chernobyl or Chicago or 9/11 or Mexico City.
Not these reboots.
Right. Is the idea of mass hysteria. Right? So that's when one thing happens and it swells through an entire population of people in an isolated area. Right? It's very well documented. I don't know if scientific is the correct word, but like thing that can happen to people. And you might know it more like in a small town if a tornado comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or they experience a lot of mass hysteria with Katrina, right? That's part of why they accredit the looting and all that kind of stuff was from mass hysteria. So
we're
like
good at mass hysteria in the United States.
Awesome at mass hysteria in the United States.
When was the last time we weren't being massively hysterical?
The 90s.
We've been in a
The
constant
90s.
state of mass hysteria for at least 20 years.
NSYNC was number one. That was guaranteed. That was the last time we were not hysterical.
Probably since 9/11.
Oh, we've had mass hysteria in this country since 9/11 easily.
Like throughout.
Yeah,
Like it's never stopped.
No.
We've just hopped hysterics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of quarantine
Look at us. I mean,
was hysteria.
yeah.
Like, we were obsessed with a man who was abusing animals and trying to get him out of jail. as a country.
We're really children. We shouldn't be allowed. We should. I mean, USA all day, but like we shouldn't be allowed to vote. Just.
We need kings and queens.
We really do. We don't deserve anything else.
No, yeah.
We deserve the Mothman.
We do deserve the Mothman.
If Mothman ran for president, he'd fucking win.
Well, The Rock is running, so.
Well, Rock Mothman 2024.
I think there's some really cool things about the Mothman, right? Like just the look of it, right? This like it's like man sized, like stands over 6 foot, has a wingspan over 6 foot, big glowing red eyes, claws, like like bird like feet with claws, talons on them. So visually it's a really cool cryptid.
Yeah.
It kind of has enough ties back to other cryptids throughout time, like thunderbirds and this, that, and the other thing. So it's really cool in that sense. But like at the end of the day, there's so much that it's like, not that it could be something else, but there's so many other things that are like it that kind of bums me out.
Yeah.
It's not like the Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Where like a flying little fucking badger goat thing is like a real, like that's a pretty unique description, right? Like, and it has like the Jersey Devil has that awesome backstory, right?
Yeah.
Bigfoot has been seen so many times, yada, yada, yada. Where like the Mothman is like one of the cryptids that you have to throw in there, but it's like too mainstream to be cool, but it's also like not mainstream enough to be cool enough. Does that make any fucking sense?
Mothman
Yeah.
is Coney 2012.
Yes.
Maybe it's real.
Talk about mass hysteria.
Maybe it's real, but like also like it could have just been like a fun marketing campaign.
It was the best marketing campaign. Justin Luteran from Thoughts from the Movies and I ran around and put posters, and Anastasia ran around and put posters up all around the fucking city of Pittsburgh. No joke. I have photos of us doing it.
For what though? Have you seen this man that doesn't live in America?
Coney?
Like, yeah.
No, never.
But like, what were the posters?
Justin and I ordered the kits.
But like, what did they say? Like,
Stop Coney 2012 or whatever.
We were so fucking stupid.
Dude.
When we were kids.
It was fun though. Like it was like midnight and we were like out and like we got yelled at by a cop and like it was fun.
The dudes that like invented Toms were just sitting around one night like Coney. That's it was like the dude from Spider-Man, like the fucking
Get me pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, get me pictures of Coney and doesn't. Well, you know what? We'll call them invisible children. They'll never find them.
Yeah.
Like
it worked.
Yeah. Exactly.
But then that guy went nuts and was naked in the streets running around LA because he had fooled the entire fucking country into giving him millions of dollars.
Oh, it was really a hoax?
Oh, yeah. It was a real hoax.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Not really, because then everybody found out it was a hoax.
I like a good ruse, though.
Yeah, it was effective. It was effective.
It'd be funny in 3 years when Dr. Fauci's doing the same thing. Like, I got him. JK.
Whew. So yeah, man, Mothman, fucking cool as shit, but also not cool enough in a lot of ways.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some things at you. What scares you more?
Okay.
This or the Mothman?
Okay. Mothman's the right hand. This other thing is the left.
Okay.
Okay.
Bigfoot or Mothman?
Bigfoot.
Chupacabra or Mothman?
Chupacabra.
Giant squid or Mothman?
I don't go in the water. Mothman.
That's fair. That's where
I'm
headed
not.
with that
If
one.
you catch me on a deep sea boat, I've already tried to kill myself. I'm out there to end it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm out there to end it.
If Coney was real or Mothman?
I have so many really bad jokes ran to the front of my brain. Like, pick me.
Let him know.
No.
Let him know.
That's your job on this show. Coney.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have some kids that I really like in my life.
Okay.
And if they got
wait
kidnapped, I'd be
wait
crushed.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
You picked Mothman because you don't go in the water.
Yeah.
You go into war-torn Africa?
I imagine Coney was here.
Oh no, that's like that Predator movie where it's in New York City.
Okay, Mothman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Swing back. Mothman over Coney unless Coney comes to America, then Coney.
It's Coming to America 3. Coney's house.
Coming the third, yes.
Oh, he goes to Coney Island.
It just picks up kids. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh my god.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, you have to be locked in a room.
Okay.
No. Would you rather be locked in a room with Mothman or the Pope?
Ooh. So immediately
unsupervised visit.
Immediately I go from scared to curious.
Yes.
And like
that was not my intention, but understandable.
Being locked in the room with the Mothman is kind of like because like I can't communicate with it.
Well, you don't know.
It'll give me a headache.
He was talking to Richard Gere, kind of like, I'm Indrid Cole.
Yeah, but then like
7 hours too. 7 hours in heaven.
Give me the Pope. I have questions, and also just like theological things, like like deeper conversations about how we got here, and like that would be kind of cool. Because like, what's that guy got to do? He's like one of the last great philosophers on the planet. He just sits around and thinks all the time.
Unrelated, but there's like international organization involved somehow with like the idea of like the vaccine passport or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's led by all these multinational corporations, but they want the Pope to be in charge. They want the Pope to be like the president of this initiative.
That feels icky.
I don't like that. Okay, so you're picking
also,
the Pope.
Isn't this Pope cool?
Is the Pope ever really cool?
Well, I think he is. I think he's like cool with gay people and stuff.
Oh.
All right. Anyway.
I don't know. Maybe. I think so. Yeah.
Right.
I think so.
Back to the locked in the room.
But here's now. Well, let's go in like a paradox.
No.
Let's go in a paradox. If you're able to communicate with the Mothman,
okay,
you know that you could talk to the Mothman about the Pope. But the Pope wouldn't acknowledge the Mothman as real. But But if you have the ability to know that you chose the Pope over the Mothman, did you fuck yourself? Because you know the Mothman's real.
So this is.
What if the Pope knows the Mothman?
So many layers, right? Because that's where I'm at.
Like the hidden library in the Vatican.
The Catholic Church is one of the best fronts in mankind history.
Yeah.
And the idea that the biggest corporation in the world, aka the Catholic Church, they make the most money per year out of any organization on the planet.
Yeah, they own the most land in New York City.
Right.
Weird.
As if they wouldn't know that the Mothman's real or fake. You know what I mean? Like, not only does he know whether or not the Mothman's real, he knows about Bigfoot, he knows about aliens, he knows about everything. The lizard people, everything. Still give me the Pope.
Okay.
He has to tell me secrets, though. The Pope can't give me like the bless you, holy child, Jesus Christ, my Virgin Mary. Like, I need to know the fucking, like, I want the dirt.
Do you think the Pope would give you the dirt, though?
In this hypothetical scenario where
you're torturing the Pope for 7 hours to get him to spill secrets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Locked in reciting Ozzy Osbourne lyrics. That's how I torture the Pope.
Locked in a room.
Yeah.
Mothman. Or Louis Anderson.
Not a Louis Anderson guy.
It's a Mothman.
Mothman.
That's fair. That was kind of a softball.
Yeah, I'm not a Louis Anderson guy. Now, Belushi or Farley. Actually, Sandler or Mothman, I'm taking the Sandman.
Really?
Every time. You imagine those 7 hours? You pee your pants like 70 times.
I don't know. He might be agitated. He's locked in a room.
That might be even fucking funnier.
Oh, he was locked in that room in oh no, he had them locked in that room in Uncut Gems.
Right.
Okay. Mothman or Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
No. I'm under the impression there's only one Mothman.
No.
But do you just get a Bigfoot?
So I'm under the impression that there is a herd of Mothmen from the 2 documentaries I watched today. That there are multiple Mothmen. There's not one Mothman.
Mothmen at work.
Right. They're in some regards they could be a species of alien.
Okay.
So like I think there's at least a group of Mothmen. It's not the Mothman. Bigfoot is definitely a species, and I believe it is even more of a familia or a family than it is a species, because I believe under the skunk ape species is like the Yeti, the Bigfoot,
right.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Last one.
Okay.
Mothman or John Podesta?
Who's John Podesta again?
The guy that's potentially Chester Bennington's father.
That's a callback. Mothman. I don't give a shit about John Podesta.
You wouldn't want to know?
Nah. I don't need to know any more about Chester Bennington other than what I already know.
Okay.
The man made revolutionary music that changed my life, and I appreciate him for that. And that's all I want to leave him as.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are your feelings towards the Mothman? First off, is it real?
Sure would be cool, wouldn't it?
There's like too many sightings for it to be a coincidence, a coinkadoink.
Yeah.
Now, most of them are around nuclear. So, like, what did you see?
Yeah, like if you grew up under the power lines, like
I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of in your court. It would be fucking cool.
It would be cool
if he was like the harbinger of doom. But then, like when he showed up in Chicago in 2017, nothing happened.
It's fucking Chicago. I'm sure something was popping off that weekend. I'm surprised.
St. Patty's Day 2017.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't showed up in fucking McKeesport.
Yeah. There
was a Mothman out there with a carton of Turners.
The Mothman lives in McKeesport because nobody's in McKeesport.
We honestly wouldn't know.
Yeah.
We honestly wouldn't.
It's a ghost town at this point.
Know.
Yeah.
Shout out the port.
What was that?
It was a fucking wink.
Okay.
And then when it sounds disrespectful to McKeesport, but
I go to McKeesport regularly.
For what?
My mom lives in White Oak.
That's different.
But I have to go through McKeesport to get there.
Yeah, and they had to travel through the fucking fire swamps and Princess Bride. Doesn't mean that's where they were going.
That is the oversized rodents.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's pretty much McKeesport.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hope that they're real.
Yeah.
Do you think that they are a hell demon who brings destruction, or do you think they're the omen to let you know destruction's coming?
It all depends, I
think.
think.
Good guy, bad guy.
I'd like to think like the Omen.
The good guy?
Yeah. Because if it's real, in my mind, I want to tie it to having some kind of spiritual bond to the native people of this land where
So that would be a Thunderbird, which were bad guys.
Well, no, but the same way that the Native Americans have some kind of relationship with the Thunderbird,
As bad guys.
Yeah, but I would hope that if the Mothman is real, it's just another creature that the Native Americans had some relationship with, but he was tight with them.
But bad or a good guy? Because
a good guy.
Thunderbirds are bad guys.
Yeah, but the Mothman popped up on Little Bighorn, and they had time to get their arrows together and be like, "Yo, there's some fucking white people coming. Let's strap up."
Okay, because Thunderbirds
You keep saying, yeah, I'm aware.
took people from the tribe
Yeah.
as sacrifice.
Yes.
So they're bad.
I never said Thunderbird.
But you said like that it has tethers to the Native American people, which a lot of people contribute that the Mothman is the modern day Thunderbird.
I'm just saying, if it does exist, and then you asked me, would I want it to be do I think it would be a good guy or a bad guy? I'm saying, if it is real,
is a dope Thunderbird.
I hope it's like, yeah.
Okay.
Like it was cool with the Native Americans.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Like Chief Corncob or whatever the fuck you said. Cornstalk, John Redcorn's uncle.
Yeah.
Was probably afraid of the Thunderbird if he thought it was real.
Yes.
So on his deathbed, when he was calling in a curse, he was calling one up to the big homie.
Oh, he's like, bitch, bring the rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like unleash the Kraken.
On the white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't wear these headphones during this show. They keep rearing back off of my head. I laugh too much. I
mean, we're gonna have somebody listen to this be like, you know what? Yes, it's still fuck white people. Like, call the Mothman.
Fuck white people. What do you think about the theory that they are aliens? The Mothman are an alien species, and that the bridge collapse was a distraction so that all of the UFOs could leave the area of Point Pleasant at once.
Is that a real theory?
That's a real theory.
Oh wow!
Isn't that sick?
Yeah.
This is like mass exit. They're like, shit, they're on to us. All right, somebody blow up a bridge. Let's get the fuck out of here. It became like a heist movie.
It's Tropic Thunder.
Shit, they're gonna headphones.
It's literally the end of Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder is the Mothman prophecies too. There's a crane playing a Mothman, playing a man in black.
That's fucking incredible. Tropic Thunder 2.
Yeah.
Mothman Prophecy sequel. You didn't know it existed. It was Tropic Thunder 2.
No, you do. I mean, that sounds like horse shit, but that'd be cool as fuck if it was real.
That's the best. That's the best.
But when in the legend were aliens there?
That was the flashing lights.
Oh, okay.
And the men in black showing up, and like it was.
You should see how we pee.
Right.
Yeah.
Puts his finger in his mouth. Scary Movie 3 is the best scary movie at me.
I 100% agree.
So that's kind of like so like aliens around the Mothman. The Mothman kind of like the first thing in November or whatever, right? And then like it's like 2 months before the bridge collapse.
Yeah.
And during that time, like wild shit's happening. The men in black are there. There's UFO sightings. There's alien sightings. All sorts of shit. It's all going down.
I mean, these people had probably never seen a man in a fucking suit in their lives to begin with, so they're like,
yeah,
there's fucking city slickers down here in black suits.
Well, and there's also reports that there were men in black crawling underneath the bridge before it collapsed, like a day before it collapsed, because apparently like the one crucial pin had been pulled from the bridge. That's what led to the collapse.
Always happens.
Right. So like it's kind of like a wild thing to think about in that sense, but like yeah, man, like it was considered a diversion. And if you think about it this way, right? So like let's say here's probably what fucking happened. Are you ready? Are you ready, folks? I'm going to tell you. Here's probably what fucking happened. The Mothman was a bird.
Okay.
Okay. But there was nuclear waste that had leaked out into the water.
Yeah.
They had not realized it yet. People were consuming it in small doses. It was probably really watered down.
Yeah.
Probably caused hallucinations.
Yeah.
Right. And not so wild hallucinations that you're seeing like space dragons, which I don't even know if that's a thing. I think I just made that up, but that'd be pretty fucking sweet. I just imagine that's the dragon from Dragon Ball Z. It's a space dragon.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Say Imagine Dragons for me.
Imagine Dragons
there we go.
is worse than Jeremy Renner
Oh, 100%.
music. Let's keep that in mind.
Imagine Dragons crawled so Jeremy Renner could walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like that's so they probably were hallucinating. They did see a bird. The bird probably was freaked out. The bird probably also hallucinating from the water, attacks the people. Wild shit is seen for the next month or 2 months in West Virginia, and then a very sobering experience happens. The bridge collapse, the labs or the nuclear power plant shuts down. Like it all kind of happens at once, right?
Yeah.
And they kind of like have to get over it. Like a sobering experience happens. So it's very possible that for 2 months they were all just tripping fucking balls on nuclear, like huffing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been down there twice and did not meet a single person that I didn't think was probably a drug addict. So, like,
Right.
you know, it's not, you know, what's more likely? There was a Mothman or people in West Virginia abuse prescription medication, you know, like.
And it's the 60s.
There's a lot of sightings of Mothman.
There's a lot of LSD floating around in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, after the war, like, industry, like, fucking skedaddled. These people had nothing to do besides get fucking high and hanging on the woods.
Yep. So, that's the Mothman.
That's the Mothman, baby.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I love the Mothman.
Not bad. Yeah, he's a homie.
He's no Flatwoods monster.
I mean, fucking hipsters, man. Fucking douche.
There's we'll do a couple more cryptid episodes because there's a bunch that I like.
We sang about it in the sea shanty, so we pretty much fucking we have to.
But there's like this one monster that is in Utah, maybe, where it slides. It's like a big worm that slides down the mountains and causes rock slides.
Yeah, they're called Mormons.
This has been a Great Depression.
Hey.
The red glowing eyes are now in your brain.